Hey everybody, it's Dave and Paula. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas. We hope that you sing along at home because this song everybody knows. I love those J-I-N-G-L-E bells, bong. I love those J-I-N-G-L-E bells, bong. I love those J-I-N-G-L-E-B-E-double-L-S. I love those J-I-N-G-L-E bells, bong. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. I love those J-I-N-G-L-E bells, bong. I love those J-I-N-G-L-E bells, bong. I love those J-I-N-G-L-E-B-E-double-L-S. I love those J-I-N-G-L-E bells, bong.
That was fun.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's a song that's actually older than we are. It was written in the 1850s, but it has a real medieval feel to it.
We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse so far. Field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. For the King on Bethlehem's plain, gold I bring to crown him again. King forever, ceasing heaven over us all to reign. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse afar. Field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Whoa, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Just like I learned it in second grade in the Blessed Sacrament That's
Catholic
right.
School in Jackson Heights. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. Especially you, Zachary and Stella, and all the other good children who are out there. And if you've been bad, well, there's still time to be good, because you know who's coming to town? Well, you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He knows if you are sleeping, he knows if you're awake, he knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. So you better watch out, you better not fight, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. The boys and girls in Joyland will
better watch out. You better not cry, you better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming to town. A trip to Italy any time of the year is fun. But in winter, it can be spectacular. And if you go during the holidays, Italy will pull out all the stops. Christmas is a major holiday in Italy, which means there are lots of unique celebrations, special foods, special music, and traditions. Certain things are present all over Italy, like the nativity scene. Using a crib to tell the story of Christmas was made popular by St. Francis of Assisi in the year 1223. The previous year, St. Francis had visited Bethlehem, and it is believed that the trip inspired him. Even today, Italian families are more apt to have the nativity in their living room than a Christmas tree. They can be pretty big. And all Italian churches have them, often outside, as well as most town squares, no matter how tiny the village is. To go to the source of the most artistic, handcrafted nativity scenes, you have to go to Naples. World-famous ones are made here. The Presepi Napoletano, which date back to the year 1025. Since St. Francis lived in the 1200s, Neapolitans will tell you that it was their idea first. Before the 16th century, only churches and monasteries had these nativity scenes, but since then, they have become a tradition all over the world. In Italy, cribs go up on December 8th, the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, which is a national holiday in Italy. But the baby Jesus is not put in the manger until the night of December 24th. December 8th is also the official start of the outdoor Christmas markets. Often, the nativity scene is displayed in the shape of a pyramid, made from several tiers or shelves. Decorations include small stars, pine cones, candles, and angels. A small star is usually hung inside at the top. The most special thing about the Neapolitan nativities is that they always use the common people and everyday objects. So, you'll see food, fishermen, the woodcutter, the mayor. Naples is the home to the largest nativity in the world, which has over 600 objects on it. If you can't make it to Naples, though, go and see the one at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. It's erected every year at Thanksgiving, and it stays up until January 6th. It was created in Naples and donated by a woman who collected pieces for many years. In Naples, the street Via San Gregorio Armeno is the historic center of the nativity workshops, many of which are still in production today. Of course, the workshops are open all year round, so you are not limited to visiting in December. In Sicily, December 13th is a huge event because it's the feast day of Santa Lucia, who was born to a wealthy family in Syracuse during the Roman rule. After several attempts to kill her, she was martyred by being beheaded. 2 major churches in Syracuse are dedicated to her, as well as many others throughout Italy. And a big parade is always held in her honor, with a silver statue carried throughout Syracuse and put on display for 7 days. During this time, Sicilians eat cuccia, a sort of pudding, but even today, many Sicilians do not eat bread or pasta on December 13th in honor of Santa Lucia. Her feast day is timed to coincide with the winter solstice, which was arranged according to an earlier calendar, and her name comes from the Latin word for light. In Naples, fireworks are always used to celebrate, and fires are lit at dawn along the seafront leading to the church of Santa Lucia a Mare. This is the area where the popular song Santa Lucia originated, one of the most traditional songs of this area. In parts of the Veneto and Lombardia, Santa Lucia has become a sort of Father Christmas figure who brings sweets to good children during the night. Children leave cookies and coffee or wine out for her and hay for her donkey. In Puglia, little round cookies made with flour, oil, and white wine are shaped like eyeballs, called Gli Occhi di Santa Lucia. Later in December, in Abruzzo, there is a tradition of bagpipers called the Zampognari, who come into the towns and play flutes and bagpipes near churches dedicated to the Virgin Mary. They dress as shepherds and use music from hundreds of years ago. Sometimes children go caroling and imitate them. You will also see them in the hill towns above Rome. This tradition is carried out for the 8 days before Christmas, known as the Novena. On Christmas Eve, tradition says no meat, and sometimes no dairy, can be eaten. In some parts of Italy, a light seafood meal is shared, and then people go to midnight mass. The types and quantities of fish vary from region to region, but in general, it's not the huge feast that Italian Americans have come to love. After Mass, people return home and warm up with a slice of panettone and some hot chocolate or coffee. Of course, Italian Americans, many of whom trace their ancestry to the south of Italy, have a huge feast of seafood. Fish almost always includes bacalà, clams, sardines, calamari, and eel. Christmas celebrations in Italy actually start 8 days before Christmas, with special novenas and prayer services. Some Italian families have a ceppo, or Yule log, which burns continuously throughout the season. This is a throwback to the ancient days when they wanted to ward off evil spirits. In Rome, buildings are decorated from the beginning of December. Trees are erected in the squares, and Christmas markets appear near the many churches. This one is in the Piazza Navona in Rome. These markets sell sweets, small gifts, roasted chestnuts. In front of St. Peter's in Vatican City, a huge tree is put up but not until the nativity scene is put into place. Families buy tickets to go to the midnight mass said by the Pope, and choirs take turns singing in the square. In ski towns like Cortina d'Ampezzo, skiers will ski down the mountain with torches after midnight mass. Christmas in the Dolomite Mountains is just magical, and many people agree that this is the best place to go for a unique winter experience in Italy. These mountains are found in the northeast corner of Italy. They are beautiful all year round, but in the winter, this is Italy's playground for winter sports. Many Italian families spend their Christmas vacation here since schools are closed for at least 2 weeks. The Christmas markets in this area are almost identical to those found in Germany and Austria. This area only became part of Italy officially after World War I, so buildings, foods, customs all retain that Germanic feeling. Individual panettone can be bought, roasted chestnuts and the famous marzipan, which crafts almond paste into fruit and vegetable shapes. Since people who live here are used to very long winters, they have highly developed craft industries and sell beautifully made items. Unlike the markets found in Rome and Milano, which present commercially made items and a lot from China, markets here sell local honey, handmade woolen items, and perfectly made wooden toys that are passed down from father to son and last for generations. Women do excellent needlework, and there are so many choices for decorations, almost always handcrafted, from primitive wooden horses to intricately painted glass balls and bells. Unlike the papier-mâché nativity scenes made in Naples, the traditional ones here are usually made of wood. This is a very rugged part of Italy, but so beautiful in winter. You'll also see many cyclists training for the Giro d'Italia, the famous bicycle race held in the summer. And there's nothing like coming inside to relax with family and friends at the local winery or cafe. Even the hotels try to cozy up little spots all around for tea or a meal. Dining rooms and restaurants make you feel like you're in a ski chalet and serve special menus during the Christmas season, highlighting local foods cooked in traditional ways. German food reflects their heritage. Remember, this area was part of Austria until just after World War I. But plenty of Italian food can be found, especially polenta, which is served at almost every meal, including breakfast. And if you're lucky, you may even be invited into someone's home for a visit. But for those who want a warmer vacation at Christmas, many people head to Sicily, where December temperatures average in the 50s during the day, mid-40s at night. Christmas in Italy is less commercialized than here in the United States, but this is especially true in Sicily, where families spend time together in a flurry of holiday activities. Sicilians traditionally decorate their homes on December 8th because children have no school and businesses are closed. It is also a national holiday as well as a holy day of obligation in the Catholic Church. But after the Mass, the decorations come out. In Taormina, there are processions and festivities from December 8th until January 6th, the Feast of the Three Kings, and another national holiday. The most interesting part is the Presepi Viventi, where the nativity scene comes to life throughout the city, incorporating the entire community along the parade route. There are musical performances all over, but the parade of the Carretti Siciliani, the painted wooden carts, is very symbolic. These carts document Sicily's history and are gradually disappearing. At the Duomo, a bonfire is lit with Mount Etna in the background. The Christmas Eve feast in Sicily starts on the evening of December 24th and continues for 24 hours. There isn't one particular dish that is universally made, but the desserts, they steal the show. The most traditional dessert is the bucciolati, large round biscuits filled with almonds, pistachios, and dried fruits. Presents are opened in Sicily after the Christmas Eve feast, not on January 6th as in the rest of Italy. And a week later, it's time for the Cannone to celebrate the new year. Traditionally, lasagna is served to bring good luck. In the rest of Italy, lentils are eaten, which represent wealth. The New Year meal is accompanied by spumante, the Italian sparkling wine, or Prosecco. Finally, on the eve of January 6th, La Befana, the ugly witch, brings sweets to the children who have been good. If they have been bad, they only get a lump of coal. But in reality, all children get this lump of candy as a reminder that they've all been bad at some time during the year. Better luck next year. Before they go to bed, children leave some cookies and a small glass of wine for La Befana, which of course Papa drinks. January is the traditional time for gift giving, and this dates back to an ancient Roman tradition custom from 2,000 years ago. In the small town of Urbania in Le Marche, said to be the home of La Befana, the post office sets up an official mailbox to handle letters from the children. And her little hut can be visited by families where children drop off their letters. And on January 6th, the National Festival of La Befana is held here, with hundreds of them showing up and performing for the children. So, the next time you plan a trip to Italy, you may want to consider spending some time in December, a month filled with great food, ancient traditions, and joyous celebrations. Buon Natale! So, Paula, this next song, probably one of the most famous songs for Christmas, one of the most beautiful, and a song that I think all singers love to sing at Christmas time because it's so emotional, so moving. And do you remember Perry Como's version of this?
I love Perry Como.
Yeah, and he did a great version of this. He was a
Probably
wonderful
the
singer.
best.
Yeah, a very religious man, too.
Mm-hmm.
Goes like this. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. never sin and ever pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder praise a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you